Hi everyone, you have fun watching me next. We're bringing everything that is awesome in gaming. Let me clear off my screen a little bit here. So this is Broken Roads. We wanted to check it out. It was listed as
My nan called it the end of time. Dad called it a waste of good beer.
their response to Bethesda.
I called
and
it
Fallout.
another day in bloody
Bethesda's
paradise. It's been 100 years, more or less, since society had its last hurrah. We've rebuilt, sometimes better, sometimes worse, with nothing but hardjacker and the sweat off our backs. There's been bloodshed too, of course. People who will always be willing to kill for what they didn't earn. But that's not most of us. We're the farmers, the brewers, the protectors and the builders. The people who keep this great land connected, one town at a time. So you survive. You make do. You live with tough choices and you don't look back. Because the next town is 200 kilometers away, and mate, you passed the last refuge 3 days ago. There's no good or evil, no right or wrong. Only the path you choose to travel down these broken roads.
It looked like a mashup of the Bethesda choice system, which usually orients your combat skills. They're using it to drive narrative. This mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it, Aristotle. Interesting dude. Lots of theories on vacuums and that sort of thing. Developing math, etc. So you hold things in suspension a lot with that. And then also there was a little bit of that builder aspect in the earlier Fallouts before it was purchased. Welcome to the Steam demo of Broken Roads. We're delighted to present the current state of the game. There's still some time before release. This experience and many gameplay elements will be subject to change over the coming months. We'd love to hear your feedback via our Discord or the forum on our website. Every bug you find helps us make a better game. And of course, wishlist Broken Roads if you haven't already. Now quit reading this rubbish and get stuck into it. I assume that that is a turn of phrase. Hired gun. You grew up with a gun in your hand. If you want to eat, you shot what your parents told you to shoot. There's also the surveyor, not available here. You're a map maker. Wide open places call to you. Barter crew. That sounds fun. It sounds like one of those trader caravan sort of deals. Jacker, you were a lost pup. Your parents ditched you in a remote station when you were an infant. Manager brought you in, the station hands took to you, and you became a kind of a mascot to them. All right, so we are a hired gun. This is our option here. I'm going to go with being a chick. Yeah. It doesn't look like it. Sometimes they'll give you a strength impediment, which, is what it is. Introduction to the Moral Compass. 360-degree view of possible dialogue options, attitudes you can hold, and decisions you can make. So this opens up the narrative portion. So used to adventure, that's hard for me to immediately focus on something like this. But that story tree, and this is what you're going to use to navigate it. This is interesting. We run into this in Ultima, but like I said, they do also use that to help you pick out your class. So this is a world view, and then you can move things closer and closer to the center, which will drive you. Each person's dignity matters the most for a humanist. Everyone's happiness combined matters most for utilitarian. Ironically, I'm a utilitarian. That's the closest to my philosophy in philosophy. I know too much about philosophy to have like one. Machiavellian is very interesting. My group matters the most and justifies the means if it favors our pursuit and maintenance of power. As a Machiavellian, my group matters the most regardless of the cost to others. Obviously, you've heard of Machiavelli before. He's absolutely notorious for being what most people consider an evil person, but very power hungry. Post-apocalyptic, that's survival. So nihilist, I matter the most. There's nothing. It's all. The world's gonna end. We're all gonna die. That sort of thing. So I am going to go ahead and go through the quiz. Looks like they're giving that personality quiz. This is reminiscent. Picked up a job escorting a captured thief. You get to talking and he tells you the sad tale of how he came to be captured. Sounds like it wasn't really the perp. Actually makes a pretty good case for his innocence. He begs you to free him. Okay, so it sounds like he got railroaded. You can pay to do a job, let him go free, promise him you'll plead his case, or tell him to make you an offer. In this case, I would tell him to make me an offer. I am getting paid to do something specific. I have a certain rate of failure that I can accept, or I can just go rogue. All of these are going to be, out there. They're going to be in this world. But if you want to continue to get jobs, that would just give me more information and possibly a way to pay off at the other end if I do get in trouble. After a series of raids on caravans passing near your home, you put together a scouting party. So your lifeline is being threatened here. Got the bandit leader and one of his raiders. Leader pleads for release, pledging to comply with your terms to free him. Execute them both, take him back to stand trial, escort them far away, tell him you'll let one of them go, and he gets to choose which one lives. We'll do stand trial. There's a whole town that was being threatened, so you can kind of pass some of that off. Nearby townstead has a new chief, and he's starting to flex. Sends an envoy with a threat, pay tribute or suffer his wrath. Clearly has the military strength to back it up, you pay. Let him come, you're not scared of threats, negotiate, escort him back. Top fighters follow and publicly execute him. Warn the others to surrender their chief or face the same. That's a very straightforward tactic. Send scouts to see if he can enforce his demands, if he can pay up, if not. Send him a mocking reply and dare him to come take it. Send an envoy in return and try to negotiate. War hurts everyone. That seems a little bit pacifistic. I guess we'll check him out instead. It's not always the case that one philosophy is right, and talking to a person about right and wrong interior to their own philosophy overturns the whole spiritual journey that a lot of Americans are really into. So pinning this down like this is really a nice alternative. Child of the village has showed symptoms of the plague. The town quarantines him and his family, comes sneaking out of the house to play with their kids. Let him go with a warning. If he's contagious, you're all infected. If not, no harm done. Rally some neighbors, evict the entire family, make an example of carelessness. Send him back to his house under careful guard. They'll have to leave if they continue to put everyone at risk. Turn him to the house and explain to the family what will happen in the town if they're infected. Make them see reason. We'll just slap a guard in the house. If we all die, obviously, it's going to go the other way with that. You've been captured by people who've clearly gone mad, finding yourself in a pen with a Jew farmer you met before, a mercenary stripped of his weapons, and a terrified young family. Captors assemble a massive pyre, intent for twisted sacrifice. Noting a guard's distraction, you're certain you can escape on your own, but every person you bring with you increases the chances you get caught. Take advantage and try to get everyone out, save as many as you can. Slip away on your own, left to fend for themselves. Convince the merc to come with you. The Jew farmer can likely find his own way out, but the family would be nothing but a liability. The family out first, the other captives should be able to handle themselves. I don't think we have the option of shooting our way out, so I'm going to slip away on my own. It doesn't really seem like there's a full win scenario. There's no way for us to fight that many people, and they're insane. No reasoning, no weaponry, nothing, just absolutely nothing. Get out yourself and then see, once you're clear if there's anything you can do. Is every government, CDC to if you go on an airline, they say fasten your own oxygen mask before you fasten a child's. Discovered a cache of pre-apocalypse supplies in an abandoned farmhouse. You can't carry it back on your own. You list a few friends from town to help. When you return, you find a group of emaciated scavengers in the process of looting the place for themselves. You let them take the supplies. No way, threaten to kill them if they don't hand over the supplies. Let them take the supplies, follow them back home, loot their goods, and kill them. Let them go, they're starving. Clearly, they need the supplies more than you. Tell them you found the place first, offer to split the takings. We'll offer to split. It's just a certain amount of just mass killing is absolutely bad for people. I don't really see why anyone would be that hard line with it. Kind of indicates, that you have something in your past that hurt you as well, so it's not always the best. So we have skill trees, which do impact what we can do in combat. You do eventually work that out. The punt skill. One of the unique skills in Broken Roads is the ability to have a punt, essentially taking a risk on something uncertain. Your player character has a pool of punt points they can draw on if they need to attempt a skill check they fall just short of, or if they want to increase the accuracy of a particular attack during combat. During the dialogue, active skill checks, which fall within the range of your character's skill punt points, will be displayed with unique icon. Okay, so we can do that as well. What did they talk up here? Resolve, awareness, strength, agility. I mean, all of these open up different things. Intelligence, charisma. That's tough, you know. These look like they're necessary for a sharpshooter, whereas these open up conversation options. I'm gonna put a lot of my stuff here, and then just jam on stuff that'll help me shoot, for instance. Oh, I do want pump points. Hold on. There we go. We'll put some in pump points as well. Mostly just blissing it and starting the journey. One's life has value as long as one attributes value to the life of others by means of love, friendship, and compassion. Simone de Beauvoir. Him and Sartre, the French philosophers in general, put a premium on passion as the ability to, the impetus for being, the ability to throw yourself into something that is essentially non-existent. So they have a very interesting spin-off from traditional Western philosophy.
You made it. Good. My name's Jake Anderson, and this is Bally Hall.
The sandy-haired man's face is sunbeaten and craggy, a testament to a life lived in the bush. Truth to tell, I wasn't sure you'd make it. Between wildlife, the attacks we've seen, thought you might have met with some adventure.
Right. So the job's simple and the pay's good. You'll ride along to Kokobee with a couple of my scouts as security for Cole, the engineer fixing our radio. At Kokobee, you'll be meeting Nick, the mayor of Brookton, and escorting them both back home.
It's an easy job, not expecting much trouble. Better safe than sorry. Yeah, he doesn't wait for an answer. Let me introduce you around. Ella's over here. She's my second. My cousin too. Her and her sister Matt is keeping watch from the forest.
New blood, eh, Jake?
So there's some sort of hiccup where they only say the first line. For some reason, whenever there's a second line, it doesn't get said. I don't know if they haven't voice acted it yet or what the deal is there. Heard a gun for the trip to Kokobee. Figured it couldn't hurt, the situation being what it is. Hey, gonna be with you, so maybe you can give the tour. At the risk of wasting assets, what you actually do is only have them say the first line at all, ever. So the habit of when you have a conversation option, having them say the next first line is actually detrimental. It looks like a bug. That'd be good. Cheers. She looks at you like she pities you. I'm sure your sparkling personality will shine through and will win a place in your heart in no time. That's me, noted heartbreaker and charmer. She's so deadpan she almost seems serious. It's the biggest danger on the road. A bandit or two, we got guns. Billy Ball's your place. We hunkered down there since before the gone away world went away. Jake seems like he's in charge. Second in command, happy to be here. People offload their junk on the next suckers. Met the boss, would be beating the rest.
That's Mishti. Wet behind the ears, only 18 years old, but a mad talent for negotiating.
Yeah,
she saved us some bullets and bandages for sure.
Getting the voice acting
Call her
done.
dreamer, because she has big ideas of crossing the Nullarbor and seeing the world. Right now, she's busy sorting through inventory and storage, just past the hall. Probably never dreamed of that.
That is the last thing that you do is voice acting. So.
Let's go.
Player and camera, use facade. Important tabs. Bottom left. So you have party management. You got your, what's hot right now is Escape from Tarkov style arrangement. Cycle through that. Your money and the other characters as well, where you have, so you can drag and drop. Got your moral compass, keep track of that. It's always fun. I like this sort of thing where you can see, what you can do, what you can get out of conversations and that sort of thing. The order of things, your trusty journal records stuff. So we have Meet Jonesy, Meet Dreamer, Meet Mad, and Meet Cole. Right now we don't have any side quests or completed quests, anything like that. And the overall map, all it seems so far is right here, and then I did ask a question, so pop me up a little spot on the map, which is interesting. So we'll just scroll around here. Got one of our mates here. Ella calls out to you, man, elbow deep in Palo Electronics. Boy, cool.
Who's this
young
then?
man. Ridley wipes his hands on his coverall when he sees you. His carrot orange hair flops in his eyes and he gives a broad grin. He isn't wearing a coverall just as a detail. Like
Cole,
as a...
meet your new protector. We need extra muscle for our trip to Brookton, given Jake and Jones here headed down Alderside Way to see why they're so quiet. Hired this one on to keep an eye on you.
Bloody fantastic. I'm just about done with repeat array here and should be powering up the solar panels in no time. Get your scouts back up in the network in a jiffy. We'll all get started once I can hit the market and Kokobi in. Steady there, Christmas. I was just making an introduction, one thing at a time. You raise Alderside yet? Crikey, no, not yet. That's why I mentioned Kokobi. See, your modulator's shot, and I don't have a spare, so it's a good thing we're headed up there. Once I get the modulator, everything is gold and you'll be right as rain. Scouts don't have a working radio then. Passenger pigeons are reflecting mirrors. When do you want to head out? Whenever. Clean up real fast. Nothing really pressing back.
We'll have plenty of time to chat on the way to Kokobi.
Interesting. So we have these little asides that are popping up. I don't know if they put those in until the voice acting gets done. That's fine for close. I wouldn't use it for close or an open. I've heard to explain why. We have an interactive environment here. We have the interactive environment, which is awesome. What happens if I go over here, for instance? I like to see the what they put in. So I just stopped walking. Oh, okay. So there's no object to character reaction unless it is a motel object like a chicken. I won't stop, for instance, any short of a cactus. But we don't have the little walkie feet problem either, where your feet keep walking. Okay, so here's somebody.
Name's Jonesy, mate. Who are you?
So he says the first line, which is fine. Jake hired her to give us a hand on the way to Kokobi. Pretty new to the life here, got tips. You gone? Glad to hear it. You ever use your weapon on a person? None of your goddamn business. It says that some of these are a lie. I don't really understand. Why does Ella think I can teach anything to a hardened killer? Maybe this will help.
So my advice is this. Time comes to throw down, don't blink. None of the Deros out in the bushwood. It's them or you. I made the mistake of trying to be kind once.
Go on. Pulls down the top of his shirt to show a nasty scar running across his chest. Here's how she repaid me. When they sunk that low, the only hope for them is blood. What if we organize supply drops? I don't want to move too far out of my conversation options. Mate, I don't think you've been paying attention. Everyone out here is barely scraping by. You're one bad day away from starvation. Hate to ruin this. We're supposed to be squaring our friend around. You and Jake are headed to Brooksby after Alderside, right? Gotta swing by some old man. Update him on the kill count. Building a fearsome reputation. Gotta break a few eggs to make that new world cake. Exactly. He lets out a brief but genuine laugh. So you're gonna talk a lot about
it's not just the kill it, mind
you.
So just between you and me, fuck the raiders, rustlers, and other arseholes shitting up the place. Let them piss in their boots when they hear my name.
Most apocalyptics are a little
Don't let him fool you. Under that bloodthirsty exterior lurks.
Yeah, it's always the first
well,
one they put through.
Heart of a killer. But under that, not a bad guy. Not if he's on your side. Well, unless you're a farmer. Then you should lock up your wife and daughters. Livestock too.
You know me so well, Ellie. Except the livestock thing, no one can prove that.
Watch out for her, she's secretly not always mean. True story. Merchant parents murdered by raiders. Been here for a decade. And here is my adopted family. Been here 10 years. Made a pretty good dent in their population. No stories about the other scouts. Okay. A little target. Okay, so we can see the combat interaction even in the demo. That's awesome. Okay, let's head on in here. Quick draw. Different weapons are more effective. Experiment a bit. So I might have to move further out to be able to shoot better. Oh, no, apparently that is the correct amount. This is an annoying camera pan. I don't know if you can zoom out or if it's set up to do that, but the fact that it swings down to let you see the bottom end every time is disorienting, just as a heads up. Like, that looks like it should be my primary target. I don't know if they're trying to tell me something. So, that's interesting. I need to reload. He's capped. Position is already taken. Position is already taken. 1 movement pause. So do I want to move here and then I can shoot? Not enough. Oh, okay, because I reloaded. I'm gonna say. Got him. Shooting a dartboard here. I mean, out in the country, you can put in. I mean, into pretty much anything and it's entertaining. But, interesting firing range. It looks like you stand at the center, and I don't see why you would do that. Okay. Maybe tilt the dartboard outwards, because you probably should have shot from cover. Not bad, mate. Good to have you on board. Hey, Ellie, you might not be the resident sharpshooter much longer. Says nothing but gives you the most tired-ear stuff stare you've ever seen. She's such a charmer. Okay, so that's a closing blurb. That's pretty much par for the course there. Link in the description below if you do want to play along.
Fresh meat? For dinner? You know I gave up human flesh, Ella. I'm Mishti. They call me Dreamer.
Pulling your leg, mate, never eating human flesh. Interesting.
Dreamer, the farmer's wife, the merchant's trophy, station manager's bed warmer.
Oh my god.
Sounds glamorous.
She's new and they're kind of letting her get out of here. Beats choking on city air. That's interesting. City people are survivors. Not a lot bothers them. So. Link in the description below. Also down there is Gamer Grind. Gamer Coffee. Ship to your door. They'll let you put your logo on merch. You can support the Pirate Queen. We love our logo. Look at that. It's awesome. We put it on stickers
anyway,
so that you can do
my job.
Guerrilla marketing for us and so on.
Exactly right.
Doesn't look
If
like
we're
it's
looking to
gonna be
get
many
civilization
conversation
rolling
points.
again, we can't just settle our problems by making more
We're definitely going to
corpses.
explore how to build a new society afterwards. That's going to make for interesting conversation. Young girl grows up in Meriden, discovers the world outside. Apprentices. Before you go, I
Last
keep your hand.
fella was a bit of a legend in his own lunchbox. Now he's dead. Better to know up front if someone's aim is a bit shit.
Bleep!
Corpses aren't so great at self-improvement.
New best friend's taking care of a few things. What else do you need? Let's take a look. Okay, so you can get side quests here. Still got work to do. Water the camels, clean up scrub, that should do it. It's all great asking questions for you. It's like bloody fantastic. Not glamorous. So they pretty much are going to have
Later.
back and forth and so on. Now I have a job that I can do. So I can go take care of the camels. I can close her over this way. And then obviously we have to meet Matt, I thought was a woman. Looks like a man. Oops. There is our boy. Oh, here it is. So what do I do here? We'll run on into the paddock and see what it offers me as far as object interaction. And then close up here. What's down there? Gamer Grind KOFI. Buy this chicken coffee, $1 make me smile. Patreon, if you are into a more Twitch-style subscription, that sort of thing. Then you can support us on Patreon. Weird. How is it not letting me clean up the camels? It's not letting me do much. Here's what it says. Meet Mad. Labor power. Refill the water in the bathtub. Clear the scrub on the camel paddock. Oh, okay. So it wants me to interact with the environment. Yeah, if you want to take us...
looks like it's invading the camel's enclosure and they're having trouble resting without getting pricked. It wouldn't take you long to clear it out. The job only takes a few minutes and the paddock is cleared. The scouts will no doubt be happy with your handiwork.
We do a lot of pro bono and chasing down headlines, that sort of thing. So marketing as well for the indie dev community in general. So it's a good life. It's honest work. But yeah, if you do want to kick in, you can always
There's
do that.
only a small
We
amount
love
of
having you guys
grimy water
around.
left.
So definitely hit the subscribe.
You
That's
quickly
totally
fill
free.
the tub,
Subscribe,
providing
hit the
clean
bell.
drinking water for those noble beasts. You're already a real hero.
You will be a real hero. Now, if you hit subscribe and hit the bell, it'll pop up a little thumbnail. what that'll do is it'll let you know, what you want to play, and that's what we're all about. So if you've run into this before, you were like, oh my god, what's going on with this game? You would have clicked right on,
new
spent
hired
10, 15 minutes with
Going
us.
to be coming with Mishti and me to
This one
Kokabee.
might run over, because I am trying to, like, hard play test it, just blitz it real fast. So that's going to run 15, 20. That's the case with a lot of games that I'm testing.
That's all we're going to get
it
out
does
of
show
her.
that way.
Come on.
She wants
Let's
us
go.
to do an awful lot. But I did meet the whole crew, so let's see if we can move on to the main map here. Definitely smash subscribe, hit the button,
Heard you having your
the
chin
bell
warms
right
with
there.
everyone. How you finding Ella? Anyway,
Look, I think we're ready to go to Kokabee. That's about. Okay, so you can skip side quests. Just a bunch of notes on it, basically. But yeah, it'll pop you up a little thumbnail, so if you're into Metroidvanias, if you're into RPGs, if, this is your thing, if it's more first person, if it's an FPS,
I would
it'll let
be
you know if you want to
deeply
tune in and spend
offended
some time
if
with
I
us.
was smart enough to understand that, I'm sure. But look, keep your skin in one piece, yeah? This goes double for you, Mishti. If you're outside the gate, you don't let your guard down.
Stay safe, game on, we will see you next video. Smash that subscribe, hit the bell, hit like. If you want to talk to us, you can comment. You too new kid of balls, fails to smell, she's too right. Got it, chief, see you later. Interesting on the camels. What a weird choice when we have paving. They're not able to walk on that that I know of. I might be incorrect.
You're not even an hour away from Valley Hall when you spot a makeshift cart on the road. A man lies motionless on the ground. A sobbing woman cradles his body.
I see it.
You run right into a side quest. Interesting.
The
More of
young
a side
man,
quest than the
sitting
story.
off the side of the road, is rocking back and forth,
My God.
a pistol held unheeded in one hand. Neither he or
Things could get dicey. Hang back while we check this out.
Okay, so they have a great faith
You got
for
it, boss.
interrupting dialogue. And again, that's a closing. So, interesting game.
Stay back. I've got a gun.
And this is when that's really punished.